You go. Haha. We are live, everyone. We most certainly are. We are live on this glorious, glorious Monday, the last day of September. And today I wanted to talk about asserting yourself. You see, we think that we have to ask someone for assistance on the outside, whether it would be God, whether it would be whoever. We think we have to beg, oh, please help me. Please show me the way. You see, I was reminded not to do that. How was I reminded? Because I sat and I said, oh, please, what do I do? And I heard the question so crisp and clear in my mind's eye. What do you want to do? You have to tell me what to do. And I was like, that's right. I am the commander of my ship, aren't I? So I have to tell me what to do. That's why those two words are separated. Normally, when you put yourself as one word, but I want you to see the possessive nature. Your self. It is yourself. So that when you say, what is it that I want to accomplish? What is it that I want to do? You have to answer that question, which means you have to be honest with yourself, which means you're not going to be saying, oh no, I don't know what to do. Oh, you don't know what to do? Why do you not know what to do? One should always know what to do. And if you do not know what to do, that is the perfect time to take a seat and say, what would I like? Let me be honest with self. Why am I afraid? Why am I this? Why am I that? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Because it is always you. When you are going to cook, what's the first thing you say? What do I feel like? And you ask everybody else what they feel like. Or what restaurant do we want to eat at? Well, that depends on the mood of you. And if all of you have the closest matching mood, then you will choose one place. Because do you know how frustrating it is when you say, what do you want to eat? And you hear what? I don't know. You see the frustration that brings? I don't know what I want. I don't know what I want for my life. Of course you know what you want for your life. How can I be so sure that you know what you want for your life? Because we always know. We always know. It's just a matter of, are you afraid of it? Do you think it is impossible? You know what you want, but you have every excuse as to why it cannot be. So this is why one must assert themselves. You assert yourself by taking life by the horns, head on. That's what you do with it. You take it. You take command of it and you be honest with yourself. You know, I really want to do this, but I'm scared. What if I fail? What if nobody comes? What if they laugh at me? Oh, well, you can do something with that, can't you? Of course you can. Now you can talk yourself into your what? You can talk yourself into your confidence. Of course you can. You can look at your life and you can say, listen, I'm good at this, 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 and this. I'm sure of myself here. Okay, well, I can start there. You start with who you are, where you are, and what you have. That is what you start with. You know the story of the 5, 2, and 1 talents that were given to the servant. They started with what they had. One had 5, and he did 10. One had 2, and they did 4. You see, but one knew what he had, and he allowed fear to cloud his mind. Well, I am sure the other 2 were also afraid. This is not a game of comparison. This is a game of looking at oneself and saying, what am I capable of. Let me assert myself. Or as Neville Goddard calls it, you assume that you are the man or the woman that you want to be. That is what you do. You assume. But what do we say with that word? Because we're so good with our linguistics, aren't we? Cunning linguists we are. We say, well, if I assume, I make an ass out of you and an ass out of me. Oh, really? You cannot assume for... No, let me tell you what you can assume for. Whatever you want it to be. Who's going to tell you, no, you cannot be? The only one who will tell you, no, you cannot be is the one who's not presently doing what they can. That's the difference between you and them. I'll say it to you again. The only person who's going to tell you that you cannot is the one who's not presently doing it. Well, it can never be done until someone does it. That's a popular thing we say, isn't it? So assert yourself. How do you assert yourself? Remember that line in The Matrix where they're on the roof and Neo looks at Trinity and looks at the helicopter and he goes, "Can you fly that thing?" What was her response? Not yet. Her response was not yet, which meant what? She had time to learn it. And so she downloaded the information. So what is it that you think you cannot do? Assert yourself. And how does one assert themselves? Here's how you do it. Step 1, acknowledge what it is that you want to become, what you want to do. Oh my God, but Angela, isn't that far-fetched? Isn't that being delusional? So what, you're supposed to stay in a mentality of poverty? You're supposed to stay in a mentality of not being what you want to be? You're supposed to stay in a mentality of not being good enough because it would be delusional to be more than you are? Somebody asked the question, why does man always strive to be more than what they are? Because that is your nature. You are not meant to remain the same, or babies would remain babies. We are meant to grow and to expand beyond what we are. Oh, but I'm afraid of the unknown. How can it be unknown if you are the one to decide what it is you want to be? You know what you want, so it's not unknown. You know what's not known to you? How it will happen. That's what's not known to you, how it happens. Well, let me tell you how it happens, because this is all part of step 1. When you make a decision to say, this is who I want to be, you have planted a seed. And that seed will grow and it will bear fruit according to what the seed is. So if you say, I am planting confidence, well, then you can be what? Confident and sure that what's going to grow? Your confidence. Well, that's what you're planting. So that's how it happens. Every seed grows after its own kind. Oh, you doubt me? Go buy a papaya. Go buy a papaya at the grocery store and tell me it was that beets were planted and that's how you got papaya. You see, but we take what we see in front of us for granted. And we don't expand upon it. We do not employ the law of correspondence, as above, so below, as within, so without. Oh, but that's just nature, Angela. Oh, what do you think you are? But don't let me get fired up this morning, please. No, it is cloudy and dark outside. Don't let me get fired up. But let me stop digressing and give you the process. Step 1, know what it is you want. I'm not asking you if you think it is possible or who's going to laugh at you. That is none of your business. I'm asking you what you want for your life. The moment you make the decision, now, when you start to think about what you want for your life, something happens to you. Oh, what happens to you? You will either believe it or you will believe something else. Because we don't doubt, we just believe. Oh, what do you think you... Well, Angela, I doubt that. Why? Because you believe something else. We believe. We know a thing. So what is it that you want for your life? Not whether you think you will fail or succeed. That is not the question. Simply answer the question. Even though you might have shaky knees, even though your voice may quiver, just answer that question. What do you want for your life? Well, we can clearly see what we're in right now and what we don't want. That's where you start, because what did I tell you? Every problem has the seed of the solution in it. Oh my God, I'm so hungry. What is the solution? Not go for a walk, is it? It is to eat. Every problem has the seed of the solution. So acknowledge where you are and then determine what would I like to be. And as soon as you know that, you will feel something. You will either feel the conviction of its trueness, or you will feel the conviction of its falsity. So what will you do? With the conviction of the trueness of it, hit the ground running and you're off to the races. And what happens? It unfolds according to what you feel to be true. But if you feel the falsity of it, the thing that you hold to be most true is the thing you will experience. Not because you get the opposite of what you want, but because you can only get that which you plant. So are you planting the conviction of its trueness, or are you planting the conviction of the falsity? Examine which one you have planted by way of the feeling. But you see, we run from our feeling. You run from your feelings. We try to bury those. We try to not be in our feelings. That's what we try to be. Your feelings are telling you something. Your feelings are telling you what you hold to be true. Thus, what you have planted, thus what you will reap. So feelings are very important. You do not let your feelings control you. How so? Meaning if you feel angry, you're going to pop a cap in somebody's ass. That is not what we do with our feelings. We examine the feelings. And what is it saying to me? It is telling me something that I believe. It is confirming for me, because if you did not believe that thing, it would not move you. And if it didn't move you, you would not be what? Compelled to act. So you see, when you make the decision of who and what you want to be, it will be accompanied by the conviction of the trueness or the conviction of the falsity of it. So what do you do from there? What we naturally do. We will either begin to entertain the trueness of it by seeing in our mind's eye all that we can be, or we will see in our mind's eye all the things we cannot be. So what are you going to do? Now you've got to convince yourself of what it is that you really want to be. And how do you do that? How do you convince yourself of what you want to be? Some would say, well, it's what I deserve. I deserve good things. This has nothing to do with deservedness. It has everything to do with, what do you want to be? And good, bad, or indifferent, some people stop at nothing. They will accomplish what it is they want to be because they do not take their minds from it. It consumes them day and night. Day and night, right? It consumes them day and night. Well then, allow the conviction of its trueness. What would make it true? Well, here's step 3. What would you do naturally if you were the man or the woman you wanted to be? What would you do naturally? Who would be the first person to see it? Who would be the first person to, oh my God, you think you're so special? Who would be the first person to laugh at you? Well, did you know you can use that as your imaginary act as well? Huh? You didn't know? Well, let me tell you how. The very fact that that person is in your life and they judge your success, what does it mean? What are they judging? Your success. Let them judge your success. Why? Because then it is true for you that you are successful. Why else would they have something to say about you? I keep telling you, pull a Bonnie Raitt. Let's give them something to talk about. Well, give them something good to talk about, your success. You say, yeah, you put that in your mouth, all in your mouth. You talk about my success every time you get up. You are just obsessed with my success. You want to talk about me? And then that's what you say. Give them the words to say. Because what are we doing otherwise? What we would do naturally. We're hearing in our mind's eye, you see Esquire? Who she thinks she is? She can't be nobody. So what's the difference between entertaining that and entertaining who and what you want to be? The feeling that accompanies it. If you can hear in your mind's eye somebody tearing you to shreds, and it feels like it's crushing you, flip it. How so? Well, they can only be jealous of your success. Well, let them be, because once they are jealous of your success, what does that confirm to you? That you are successful. So that thing that you allow to take over your mind and consume you, see how it feels? Oh. But Angela, what if that makes me arrogant? Listen, let me tell you a little secret. Be it. Use it at your disposal to change your life. It is called mental transmutation. You are taking a thought that would normally hurt you and you are sucking all the life out of it and using it to propel yourself forward. That is what you're doing. Let the whip, let the whip be what? Whatever you want it to be. It only remains the whip as long as it hurts you. But change it. It cannot hurt you unless you allow. But that's for later on this week. What are you allowing? That's later on this week. But here's the process one more time before I welcome everybody. Step 1, what do you want? And step 2, once you decide what you want, you will be met with 2 feelings. 1, the feeling, the conviction of its trueness, or the conviction of its falsity. You'll be met with those, one or the other of them. If you are met with the conviction of its trueness, will carry on because you've planted the seed, which will lead you to step 3. You will play and rehearse in your mind's eye who it is you say you are that you can see. Oh, yes. What if you have the falsity? Well, it is only false because there's fear or the excuses of why you think you cannot. Or the voice of someone else saying, no, you can't. You like your mama. You like your daddy. That's it. But notice how they're not you. And who are you asserting? You're not asserting your mama. You're asserting your who? Self. Yourself. I. So once you have successfully moved yourself from listening to everybody else's crap about you, now tell yourself something good about you and be moved by the conviction of its trueness. And then step 3, rehearse it day and night, because that is what we do naturally. We are always in our mind's eye talking about, man, if I see this person down the street, I'm gonna tell them what I think. Oh, you let me meet one of them. It's the wrong one you picked today. What are you doing? Rehearsing how you want to behave, rehearsing how you want to be. That's what you're doing day and night. Always we are rehearsing. So if you think, well, there are no good men in the world, and there are no good women in the world. Every time I meet somebody, she wants my money. Every time I meet somebody, he wants me to cook and clean and wash his drawers for him. You keep rehearsing that scenario. You keep getting it. But what if you rehearsed, oh my God, I feel like he is just Mr. Perfection. He just jumped out of my dreams. He was everything I'm looking for. Or you could be with your boys and be like, yeah, I thought that these hoes ain't loyal, but nah, this is the one. Like, she's checking all my boxes, dude. Anyway, See? You see what we're always doing? You see the conversations we're always having? Those are the things that you are either convicted of its trueness and thus you speak it, you're convinced of the falsity of it and you speak that. But really and truly, you're only ever convinced of the trueness of something. But anyway, now you know the steps. Know what you want. Feel what it feels like to you, and then go according to the feeling that you want to have and rehearse it day and night in your mind's eye. And as Habakkuk 2 verse 3 tells us, every vision has its appointed hour. It will ripen. It will flower. It will not be late. It tells you what? If it's late, wait. It's coming. Does it not always? It always comes. Day always follows night. Or does night follow day? They flow right one into the other. No separation at all. So stop separating yourself. Don't fracture the self. Know what you want. Feel what it is like. And the thing that moves you, you will know that is the thing you will rehearse in your mind's eye until you see it. And what will you say when you see it? Oh my God, what a coincidence. Coincidence, my arse. It's no coincidence. It is you who called it. No man comes unless I call them. But don't judge. Oh, Angela, there's a J word. Don't judge it. No, just be clear. Clarity is required, not judgment. But anyway, hello, beloved love troll. I see you in the Twitterverse. Ow. Who's on YouTube and Facebook this morning? Cyber. Cyber says she's back. She's back. Anyway, hello, Renee. It is good to see you. And for the others who've not made themselves known in that YouTube and Facebook chat, I see you. Fanbase. Oh. Who's here this morning? Miss McQueen is here. Big Mike. Ow. Esquire. Miss Deborah. Happy is in the house. Afternoon delight. Ow. Oh, but wait. Hello, Mr. Price. William. I can't shorten your name. It is William, darling. CM, I see you. Adonis, dearest. Welcome. It is good to see you here as well. Anywho, you know we get the bowl out because I got 4 minutes, you know. I gotta comb my hair now because that's all I got left to do is to wash my face and brush my teeth. I did everything else so that I could spend a little extra time with you. So let's get the bowl out. And when you hear the bowl this morning, what do you want to assert yourself with? What do you want to walk through the world as? Because remember, as within, so without. You walk through this world with your shoulders slumped and your jaw hanging, knuckles dragging. Somebody will call you a Neanderthal. But listen, you walk those shoulders back and that spark of life in your eyes, and that swagger, or that step and sway as the ladies do. You walk with that attitude. Assert yourself in that boldness. And let me tell you something. Traffic will stop for you. The doors will open for you, not just in this, you go to the store and somebody opens the door and says, hey, good morning. No. Much bigger than that. Your opportunities will present themselves, and you, having decided what you want, you will be the one to say, there's my opportunity. Let me take it. Why? Because you were clear about what you want. And when you're clear about what you want, you see it, don't you? And when you see it, you can, for lack of a better word, take advantage or exploit. Which just truly means, oh, this is my harvest. Let me get to work and reap it. You see, we think that we don't have to do something, but you do. You have to be clear about what it is you want to be in this world. That's your job. You got to do it. You got to work it out, right? That's what you have to do. That's the doing part. That's your part. But you want to be caught up in the principles or the laws part. The law is always going to do what it has been designed to do. You have to be like the law or the principles and to be faithful in what you assert for yourself. Oh, I mean, I'm just saying, right? But today you may or may not believe me. That's up to you. I don't want you to believe me. Well, that would be hearsay. The best way is, as Zeus said to Theseus, prove me right. How? By doing, by asserting yourself to be the man or the woman that you want to be. And when it happens, my DMs are always open. Because I will be there to celebrate with you. You know why? Because I already know it's going to happen. How do I know? Because the law never fails. You can take it to the bank, literally speaking. You sure can. I'm telling you. But you won't know until you do it for yourself, yes? I'm getting the bowl lined up. Don't think I forgot what I'm doing. I was just moving things out the window. My neighbors must think I'm nuts. These nuts. But I digress. I digress. Let's get the bowl. So as you hear it, remember what you're doing. What do you want to assert as true for yourself today? Countdown initiated. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will do a lecture. I have not yet selected it, but we will do one, and we will finish with a guided meditation. We'll figure out which one we like better. Do we want to do a guided meditation? Or do you want to do a lecture with a partial guided meditation? Slide into my DMs and let me know, or comment under this video for you YouTubers and Facebookers. And for Twitter people, let me know. Anyhow, fan base, I'm coming. Hold on, y'all. You know, that never gets old for me, but I digress. It's our inside fan base. Jeff, darling. How good and pleasant it is to see you today. It's good to see you. Thanks for being here, darling. Anyhow, my beautiful friends, I did remember to take it off mute to record it on YouTube. But anyway, I love you all, and I'll see you tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the bedtime lecture and guided meditation. Much love to each and every one of you. Hold on, fanbase. I got an extra 5 or 6 minutes for y'all. And if you want to have that extra time with me in the mornings, why don't you download Fanbase? Wait, did somebody share it? Like on Twitter or something? Because I never remembered to do that. So that they could be, you don't have to download the app. You can do it on the web as well. Oh, indeed you can. But one of us doesn't know how to do that yet. That would be me. I'll figure it out. Somebody will walk me through the madness. Don't worry. And we'll all know how to do it. But YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. I'll see you tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Much love to each and every one of you.